Have you ever had another employee at work where something comes up that you're not getting along exactly well, and it seems to be escalating, and you keep thinking, uh-oh, this might just end up at HR?
What if we could prevent that from going to HR? What if we could do conflict resolution ourselves and never actually go there? How awesome would that be?
That would be a win-win.
Why don't we just show them how to do it right now?
Let's do it.
Hi. Can your CEO come out and play?
And what game are we going to play today?
Are we going to play Gregorian Chant?
We are. We're going to do Gregorian Chant.
I love this one.
And the way Gregorian Chant works is we are having conflict resolution. We're having a conflict, and we're going to resolve it through a Gregorian Chant.
Hang on. Let me try to imagine that. Us having a conflict.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Yeah. That reminds me. I do want to tell you this. Okay. So the other day, I had a company call me, and they asked me to come in and teach conflict resolution with my improv.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Well, I mean, I don't normally do conflict resolution for 2 hours.
Oh.
So that's what they wanted me to do.
That's a lot of resolving.
Yeah. And so the guy says to me, can you handle conflict resolution? And I said to him, I was like, well, my wife and I fight every day. She might have a restraining order against me. Our neighbors have called because of loud sounds at our house and death threats. But what do you need help with?
I'm your man.
Yeah, just let me know. Why would they have me do that?
What kind of company is this?
Right. And am I a sensitive person?
You sensitive?
No, I'm not. I'm not a sensitive person.
Not even in the remotest.
No, so I wouldn't be a person in HR, would I?
Oh.
No, they could never use me there.
You would be.
I would be in HR as one of the parties.
Yes, you would be an HR nightmare.
When I'm back. I'd have my own chair, whatever it is. But what we're trying to do is show them after all of that buildup, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to show them an exercise to help with conflict resolution. So what you have to do in this particular game, we'll play the music to get you in the Gregorian mood, I guess that is, or the chant mood, is what you have to do is you have to say your issue to the person, but you do it in a Gregorian, chant format, right?
Right, like the monks when they would chant. It's the same kind of intonations.
Right. And what I'll do is I would say something, and then I will mutter it, saying it again and again, repeatedly, until Kelly decides she's going to take over. Once I hear her speak, I stop talking, and she will answer my chant with her own chant. We will do this numerous times, and then figure out if we've resolved the issue. Let's just say, where are we? What do we do for jobs?
Let's say we work for an airline.
And we are
Let's
doing...
say we're baggage handlers.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was going to be a pilot, but it's okay. Okay, so we are baggage handlers.
Sure. Let's keep it in the realm of reality.
Yeah, how far up would I really go in that industry? Well, when they have all those buttons, I'm out. But I can put stuff on a conveyor belt.
There you go. I was choosing wisely.
Okay, but you're right with me.
There's that.
I mean, we're baggage handlers together.
Good point.
Okay. So with that in mind, okay, we're conflict resolution, Gregorian chant.
Mm-hmm. I was enjoying my day today. I've been enjoying my day today. I've been enjoying my day today. The weather has been wonderful. The weather has been wonderful. The weather has been wonderful.
You know what hasn't been wonderful is your attitude when I put bags on the plane. You know what hasn't been wonderful? Your attitude when I put bags on the plane. You know what is...
That's because you always take the lightest bags. That's because you always take the lightest bags.
For the 12th time I told you I hurt my back in the Vietnam War. For the 12th time I've told you I hurt my back in the Vietnam War.
How old are you anyway? How old are you anyway?
It feels like a question like that might escalate it to HR. It feels like a question like that might escalate it to HR.
I can't even see you right now. I'm looking straight ahead and you're too short. I can't even see you right now. I'm looking straight ahead and you're too short. I can't even see you right now. I'm looking straight ahead and you're way too short.
I think you're being not nice to me about my height. I'm taking offense at this. I think you're being not nice to me because of my height. I'm taking offense to this.
I think some of your sentences aren't really done correctly. I think you might want to look into your diction. I think some of your sentences are not done correctly. I think you might want to look into your diction. Can you hear me? How does that go with HR?
I'm dating the head of HR. I'm dating the head of HR.
Do you feel like you were pressured to date them? Because maybe I would turn in HR for pressuring you to date him. Do you feel like you were pressured to date him? Because I'll turn in HR for having you date him.
I think I was, now that you mention it. I think I was, now that you mention it.
Look at us, we're getting along. We found another person to get upset with. Look at us, we're getting along. We found another person to get upset with.
So I think we solved it, right?
That's right.
I think that's what you do in a conflict resolution, is just start blaming another person.
Exactly.
Probably the best way to do it. Leadership doesn't just happen in the workplace. It can happen at home as well. And we feel like self-deprecating stories are some of the best that you can possibly offer and get people to really enjoy being with you in the workplace and also outside of it as well. So I was just thinking about a story that I want to tell you. And I don't know, you know a little bit about this story, but when I was in college, I took a Spanish class.
Okay, right.
And from a professor named Dr. McLeod.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic guy. Mm-hmm. And we were in the Spanish class and everybody's in the row. And Dr. McLeod was very much a stickler that you wanted to sound authentic when you were speaking in Spanish.
Sure, of course.
You know, so it was important to him. So he would actually close his eyes for every single student as they repeated the phrase to see if it sounded like it was coming from Mexico or something like that, right? A native.
Native speaker, yes.
Yes. So we had a girl right in front of myself and my friend Mark. We had a girl that was right in front of us. Her name was Anna Mae.
You remember her name?
Well, mostly because it had two names, right? So Anna Mae, I've never heard that before.
She must have been Southern?
She was Southern. Very, very Southern. Oh. So now she's got to do this native thing. And he's like, okay, everyone, we're going to say like, ¿Cómo te llamas? Right? And so they would just go down the road like, ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Pablo, whatever it is. So I knew, and he would just go down the list. And she was right in front of us. And so I knew when he got to her, there was going to be an issue. Because he said to her, he's like, okay, Anna Mae, go ahead, right? And she would be like, ¿Cómo te llamas?
Oh, a native.
He'd say like, try again. ¿Cómo te llamas? And I looked at Mark, my buddy, and I was like, he's never going to get to us. Never going to happen. And then, we had this incident where we would actually have to speak into we'd put on a headset and speak into the microphones like they would have a recording. And it would say the Spanish words or the Spanish sentence.
And you had to repeat it,
right.
didn't you?
Yep. We'd all be in cubicles and they would do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're all of us were in cubicles and the words would come over and then you would just say them into it. Well, I didn't really feel like participating in that. You know, I was like, okay, I'm just listening to it, whatever. But I didn't know that he could listen in. Dr. McLeod could listen into it.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm not saying anything. And so he comes over the microphone and he's like, Paul, are you not going to participate and say the sentences? And it startled me, right?
I bet.
Right. And I was like, God? So he starts to laugh, right? I'm like, God? Right? So he starts wheezing because he's a smoker, right? And he's like, and I'm like, God, are you okay? You really probably shouldn't smoke up there. I don't know if you know this, but it's bad for your health. So he starts wheezing so hard, he comes off, he just clicks out. So, apparently it was fine that I wasn't going to finish because God was, rolling on the ground.
Exactly.
But anyway, so we get done and everybody's filing out of the classroom and Dr. McLeod is there now. Mm-hmm. And he looks at me and he goes, because I don't think he was happy with me.
Sure. Well, yeah, you're not doing the assignment. I
Right.
get that. Yeah.
And so he looked at me, he stopped me, and he's like, Paul, how did that go for you? You know, kind of a deep voice. How did that
Right.
go for you? I was like, I spoke to God. I mean, I don't know about everybody else in here. I think they were just doing phrases, but I had a conversation with God. And he's like, you can go. Okay, so Kelly has the quote for this week. She just found it. I guess it's something that's very important to her.
I've actually been holding on to this quote for a while.
Really?
This is the perfect fit.
Why is it a perfect fit?
Well, because you'll see it in just a second.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I don't know anything about the quote.
Okay. I'm probably mispronouncing the author's name, but it's Lima Jiboe.
I'm going to say it's wrong.
Well, she's a Liberian peace activist.
Okay.
So
A what?
a Liberian.
Are you trying to say librarian?
You're going to HR. It's only a matter of time. She said, "You can never leave footprints that last if you are always walking on tiptoe." I just think that's so great to talk about walking on eggshells.
Which is what we have to do sometimes in the work environment, right?
Exactly. Because people are, and I don't want to open a can of worms, but people have gotten to the point where everybody is so sensitive about every little thing.
Right.
That I think we do. We walk on eggshells so often that we're not saying things that probably need to be said.
Right.
I mean, in some cases, obviously.
No, I think that's great. So I'm going to read it one more time because I didn't really understand it. So sometimes, no, for me, and I'm just telling you now.
Small.
What? The words are small. You said it. You said it like, I can't understand how you can't figure this out. Nothing is really polysyllabic.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Let's hear it again. Just one more time for me.
You can never leave footprints that last if you are always walking on tiptoe.
Okay. Okay.
I
want to say tiptoes. I think that it should be an S on that.
That's what bothers you.
Well, like on your tippy toes or something. I don't want
that would be better.
Yeah, I'm not trying to edit the librarian there. Okay, but I would tell you that tippy toes is probably better than just toe.
Tiptoe.
Didn't say tiptoe, did it?
It says tiptoe.
But not tiptoes.
It's that S that just...
That's a stupid quote.
Otherwise, it would be great with an S.
HR! Okay, we're going to actually share some bloopers.
I think there may be more than...
Yeah, I think more than the normal one or two.
Yeah.
Because it took you a little while to get started today.
I was a little slow.
It's fine. It is fine. We're not judging.
No, never. Not
Okay.
us.
All right. And we will see you all next week.
Thanks for joining in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm recording your stretch. I don't know why. Right. Wouldn't it be cool if we didn't have to bring every issue to HR? It really would. If I could do both voices, I would just do this podcast alone.
Have you ever...
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
I didn't do it.
Do you ever...
I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I'm just watching.
Quit raising your non-existent eyebrows.
Non-existent. Quit raising your forehead. Okay, go ahead. What if we could do an exercise to prevent the need for HR? What if we could do conflict resolution before it actually needed to go to HR? Let's do it one more time. I think I messed up on brush resolution.
That's a hard, yeah.
Okay. It's a hard word.
It's a big word.
I'm not saying my husband's stupid, but and you're supportive. No, that's a hard word.
It is.
Most people don't say conflict and resolution.
Not
They
together.
can say conflict or resolution. but not conflict resolution. I sent it fine now.
I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be a good girl when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good, but no.